So, I read an article today about a British man who tried to assassinate Donald Trump at a rally he was holding. Now, I've been saying this for a little while, is that, I don't agree with the man politically, but I also don't agree with, what the hell? I also don't agree with, political assassination. It's one thing to take action against someone for what they have done, but it's a completely different thing to try to kill someone or take action against someone for what they might do. But the whole political race right now is getting kind of heated. I think that a lot of people have lost their faith in the system. I mean, you look at the approval numbers for even the current president, and they're right about half or less than half. This kind of flips back and forth no matter who's in power. I mean, I remember when Bush was in office, it was the same story, the same idea. Nobody approved the guy, or very few people approved of him. And then 8 years later, you got President Obama, and 47, 52. The poll numbers for approval ratings change, but they always hover right around the middle. And there's all kinds of gridlock with Congress and nothing ever getting done. It's kind of a sad state of affairs. But I was looking around, so I'm a big fan of history. Is that when you have a very populist political candidate and they get assassinated, combined with the the lack of approval of Congress and your government in general, the next person to come down the line, isn't just like him. It's usually a step above it. And someone said that if Donald Trump's assassinated, then the next one won't be another Trump. He'll be a Caesar, and he'll end the republic. Which kind of got onto a different tangent altogether. Was, would you rather have a corrupt democracy or a benevolent dictator? The idea of one person being able to cut through the red tape and cut through the bureaucracy and make a change, whether for good or ill, starts getting more and more attractive than the systems that we do have. Anyway. Oh no. So what do you guys think about it? Tell me about it down in the comments. Are you pro-benevolent dictator or pro-corrupt democracy? Because that's the way the world's looking right about now. Then again, all these political fears kind of exacerbate themselves in an election year. I don't think we're going to see another one as hotly contested as this. I mean, politics used to be boring, And now everybody's got their own opinions on things, and they're all very deeply held. You see people getting way, way too riled up over the political aspect of this country, and you see it a lot in both sides now, far right, far left. So in a lot of ways, it's come to replace religion for people. Now, I'm not a very religious man myself. I was raised in a Catholic home, went to a Catholic school for around about 7 or 8 years, and got out of there before the 8th grade, 7th grade, around that time. But I remember a long time before that, I'd kind of realized that, that I didn't want to be part of a religion or a group that thought that, it would send a good person to hell, if such a place existed for all eternity just because they didn't believe in the right God. It didn't ever sit well with me. And you kind of start to see that same mentality in the far right and far left in our country today with political ideas. Is that someone can have an opinion, good for all intents and purposes, but people on the other side will demonize them to the point of making outrageous statements about somebody who could be a good person. I'm not going to imply that, Donald Trump's a good person, or there aren't evil people on the right or evil people on the left. It just seems wrong-headed to not be able to find some sort of compromise, to be able to understand what your opponent is saying or what they're believing in certain views. Because without that, none of this works. Without some sort of compromise. Oh, hey, buddy. Yeah, without some sort of compromise, the entire political system fails. And you end up with failed states. I don't want to see that for my country as much as I want to see it for any other. Well, there's always Canada, right? Yeah, but I'm not going to Canada. They have too much winter there.